Hello DIY Dell fans. You might be wondering why I'm wearing this shirt. Well, because I've seen the first 15 minutes of the movie, that's why. And because George Lucas got involved in the film. Um, I like his film, The American Graffiti, a lot. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I'm not really a Willows guy. But I sort of coerced into doing this. And what I've seen of the first few minutes of Willow was really something different, and I had no idea what it was all about. Recently visited the Bristol Renaissance Fair in the area, and it was sort of about that time frame, and people dressed different and acted different and looked different and had maybe different perspectives. And so from that point of view, it was kind of interesting. But I can't really comment on the remainder of the film because I haven't seen it. I wasn't interested in enough to keep viewing it. As well as I watch a lot of movies that way, even the ones that I know and have seen before many times and liked a lot. I'll just watch the start of it and then I'll shut it off and go do something else. But so as far as I'm concerned, the jury's still out on Willow. I know it's a slam dunk with a lot of people, but with me, I just can't comment on that yet. And same for George Lucas. I really liked the movie that I liked. I watch it frequently in English and Spanish, and I'm sold on that movie. That was his first one. I think it was his first effort or second effort, but it put him on the map. And also later the involved in the Indiana Jones movies and so forth. That I did really like those too, especially the first one. I don't think anybody else is going to give you the kind of opinions that I have about these things, but it is what it is. Also, it's been suggested that I relay an experience that I've had when I was going to college. I got the crazy idea of that it might be fun to jump out of an airplane. So I talked one of my classmates into it, and he's now still a friend of mine. He's still talking to me, but we went out to this airfield that was not too far away, and there were other jumpers there that day were all Vietnam veterans, and they had seen action, so it wasn't a big deal to them. But we jumped 2 jumpers at a time out of a single engine Cessna, and we jumped from about 3,000 feet, maybe a 3-second delay. The static line is hooked up to the floor of the plane, maybe a 3-second delay, and then you open up and maybe about 1:45 floating down to the back to Earth. Well, the guy ahead of me did everything perfect. The jump master kind of leaned me out the window and just fell nice and flat like a center of gravity. And then the plane has to go around again to do another jump run. And when it was my turn, I flipped around, and when the parachute opened, the lines were tangled, and I had to pull them out and turn around and straighten them out. And I was around these high tension lines, which I knew enough I didn't want anything to do with them, so they have toggles where you can steer, so I steered away from them. I was pretty far from the target, but it was a thrill. And it's the kind of thing that you can step out on the edge and live to talk about it. Things don't go wrong all the time. Most of the time they don't. But it was a big thrill, and I've always been attracted to that kind of thing. So that's why I went. And years later, I'm not sorry I did. I went back and jumped some more after that, but I never really got that far into it. In those days, the equipment was I hate to use the word ancient, but we used the round canopies, and some of it was surplus equipment, military surplus. After that came the ram airs, the squares. And they have a different glide ratio, and they're more of a modern shooting kind of thing where you can just, it's like stepping off a little step on a staircase maybe. If you pull your toggles down correctly at the right time, it just slows you down. It's like a bird when they land. They're going like that, and it's nice and soft. So it's a lot softer doing it that way than the way I did it. My last time I jumped, you're not supposed to look at the ground under the round canopies, and because you stiffen up and you see the ground coming up at you. And I did that after previously doing, I think, 7 jumps the right way, and I kind of stiffened up and I hurt my foot that day. So, at any rate, but it is a thrill to go do that, and it's something that you can't talk people into it, because they're just not going to take that chance, even though it's a minute chance that something's going to go wrong. But like I said, I was coerced into talking about that little episode in my life, that things that I was, something that I was attracted to and curious about. And nowadays, another thing is they've got what they call AFF, where you can just go up to, we jumped from around 3,000 feet, and nowadays, it's been around quite a while, accelerated free fall. You go up to 13,000 feet, but you get a much longer delay. But when you first go, you have a jump master on each side of you. And they grab onto your harness and make sure you pull your parachute. In my case, they gave us dummy DRCPs, a dummy ripcord pull that had a piece of day glow, like something the size of a handkerchief or something. And you reach in, you pull it out. They can see that you did it right, so that when you have to do it, for real, you know what you're doing. Another thing that they have now is the tandem jumps. Again, you can go up to a much higher altitude, and all you have on this time is a harness, and then you have a jump master on the back of you. There again, you learn more in those kind of jumps a lot faster. And the old way, the way I did it, would take about 100 jumps to become proficient. In these ways, you can do it in 10 jumps. Learn more during those 10 jumps than you would normally. It's still not a perfect system. It's not 100% free of negative experiences, shall we say. But it's still, the odds are in your favor, and it's such a thrill that if you're attracted towards that sort of thing, you might want to try it out. I'm going to sign off.